fellas. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This week on Humpcast, special guest Ratt from Ratt Talk takes over the D. Samsung says, please don't use our phones. Google makes a Pixel phone. The new Power Rangers trailer is badass. Doctor Strange blows my mind. System of a Down returns. And Kim K's tie-up costume. You're listening to Humpcast. Welcome to Humpcast, everybody, the show where a couple of buds get buzzed and fuck up about 999 times, but eventually get one. We're back. My name's Garrett A.M. Lee.
And I'm Ricky C.
And I'm Ratt Radarty.
Oh! That was off the cuff, I think.
That works.
I don't know. We get so excited whenever anyone matches our rhyme scheme.
Yeah, that worked. We're good.
That worked
Yeah, that was
perfectly.
good.
Boom. We've had Ratt on here a few different times.
Yes.
This is Ryan's brother. He also has his own podcast, that records in Humpcast Studios.
I
the
sit where
same
Ricky sits.
studio.
He sits in the driver's seat.
I know. You go take good
Now,
care
I'm
of my
the captain
chair.
now, bro. I'm the captain now.
We'd
Yeah,
like-
welcome back.
welcome
Thank
back.
Thank you.
we wanna-
It's good to be on the other side of the table, as always.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I would not
Oh
know
yeah,
that.
you've never sat on this side.
Yeah.
No, I've also never been on Ratt Talk before.
Yeah,
There you
we've
go.
never
That's
been
fine.
invited.
Yeah.
I'm not very interesting, so it's
No.
cool.
We want to give a big shout out to all the people who are actually watching us live on Facebook. We did get all our equipment set up, and so we should be streaming live at a really
With great audio.
With great audio, exactly. So if you're watching live, we want to say thank you for tuning in, and I hope you enjoy the show. All right.
Thank you.
As is with every single episode that we do, we start off with alcoholic beverages. Let's go ahead and start off with Ricky C. in his Michelangelo Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle flannel sweater.
Thanks.
What are you drinking?
I brought in Kern River Brewing's Pumpkin Ale. I've had them on the show before. I believe it was their Just Outstanding IPA, and it lived up to the name very well. It was really good. So now I have their Pumpkin Ale. It's not too strong, I believe. I forget what it's only.
1
it's only
million
5%. Just 5% alcohol, but it should be really tasty. It's a pumpkin ale, so
a
I'm
fiver?
excited. It's a $5.
Damn, we could drink those all day, bro.
Exactly. Hopefully
right.
it's delicious. Sure will
Are
be.
you moving on to a different bottle opener now?
Yeah, I don't know where the other one is.
Why do you keep
They
choosing
always-
ones that don't work?
They always disappear. They literally always fucking disappear.
You're like, which ones
Here,
don't work?
I think-
I'm gonna use those
I think
ones.
I got
Yeah,
my.
man.
Give it to me. Just put it in my
There
hand.
we go.
See,
Boom.
Ring of power.
Yay. Thank you.
Wait for it. Oh! That is the first time I've ever made that.
That's off camera, so they had no idea what happened.
No, they can see exactly what happened, but they didn't know that it went. Okay, so there's
it went in, people.
It went in.
It
I
went in.
have a DOS boot sitting at the far end of our table that is filled with all of our bottle caps that we've had over the years. And every single episode, I think I try and shoot it in there, and I miss horribly. Today was the first day I
Fucking
made
nailed
it.
it.
Yeah.
You
Woo!
fucking
It is.
nailed it.
Did you put him over there purposely for that reason?
No, I just started. I
Because
was
it
like,
just ended up over there too. I remember it was right here. And then
Yeah.
it just I was like,
At,
oh,
some,
okay,
at,
all
some,
right.
at some
away.
point, I realized it was over at the end of the table. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I bet I can make it. And every single episode, I'm like, nope, missed it. Fuck, nope, missed it.
Ooh, that looks,
Today's the day.
that looks scrumptious.
It does.
It does.
Yeah.
And
It's
also
one of those.
smells scrumptious.
What's it called? Let me see the bottle.
Just Kern River Brewing Pumpkin Ale. That's it. Very,
Very straight to the
very
point.
straight to the
Yeah.
point. They don't fuck around, bro.
That kind of has like a Looney Tunes looking font to it.
That does look like Looney Tunes.
Because I've been,
Oh my god, that is fucking.
I've personally
delicious.
been to the Kern River Brewing Company, and their beers are really good. I
it's
really
real
want to
good.
give a shout out to the one that I brought in,
Ooh,
which
yeah,
is the
that,
That's
that
tasty,
has,
right?
yeah, that has a nice
I think
smell
it's
to it.
V6 or something. They're stout, or something that has to do with the rapids. Like it's a level 6 stout or whatever, and it's delicious. So I'm pretty interested
man.
to try this now.
Yeah, man, this is
Nah,
really
man.
good.
No,
Yeah.
that is really good. Like you smell it and you're like, oh, I want it to taste this
Yeah.
way.
Oh, nice.
And
It
you
says on
taste
the-
it and you're like, oh, it tastes that way.
It says on the bottle, it's so good, it's scary.
Mm.
And it's
Hey,
brewed with real pumpkin and a hint of allspice.
You know what I like
And
about
it's
this
super
beer?
delicious.
Oh yeah,
This
it's really
is
good.
this is really delicious. I like that it actually tastes like pumpkin and not just spices.
Yeah, exactly. And it's real. It's that real pumpkin in them, bro.
dude, that's a drink all day beer. for show.
Yeah, it's only 5%, so you're not gonna get like fucked up. You can throw a couple of these bad
That's-
boys
There
back.
you go.
That's what Ricky C is gonna sit outside his new house and hand out
Oh, yeah.
candy
Hand
and drink
out
that
candy.
beer all day.
Hell yeah! Sounds like a great fucking
Fuck
plan.
yeah. There it is.
Very good.
I get like no kids in my area though. There's no one gonna be walking around.
Which is
that
weird because you
area.
live across the street from a school.
I know, but like that school's weird. It's like a weird charter school. now.
Haunted.
It's not even like a real
Weird.
fucking
Haunted
school.
has no kids. Just it's literally
It's
where
a-
people go to rape people.
Yeah, just ghost kids. It's a school for ghost children.
For
Ghost children and
children.
rapes.
Ghost children or the children that nobody even cared about. Like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, just go to that school.
Yeah, all the bad. That's where all the bad people go.
Yeah.
And ghosts.
No, yeah, actually, fuck. Now that you mentioned that, it's kind of a weird stretch, but it reminded me of one of my favorite Halloween movies that I like to watch,
Under wraps.
Trick or Treat.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen it.
yeah.
You've never what?
I've never seen it.
Yes, you have.
Yes,
haven't
you
seen
have.
Yes,
I
you
haven't
have.
seen it. I've heard a lot
No,
about
we-
it.
no,
I
we-
haven't
fuck
watched
have
it.
you not seen
we
that?
have been in the same room watching
No.
a movie.
Not me. I
You
haven't
are a
watched it.
goddamn liar, Ricky C.
I swear to God, I haven't watched it.
I don't
No.
even know.
Dude, we used to watch that all the time.
Every
at your
single
grandma-
year.
I don't know why. I haven't watched it.
I've never been to your grandma's. I've never hung out with you guys ever.
I don't even know who you guys are. I don't even
yeah.
know. I don't even know where I'm at right now.
God damn it, Ricky C. All right.
I know for sure that I haven't seen it. Just to be honest, I haven't seen it. Just gonna throw it out there.
I
Just
don't
gonna
know.
throw it
Yeah,
out
I don't
there.
know. All right. Well,
Throwing it out there.
for those of you that haven't, minus Ricky C, because he fucking seen that movie.
I also don't like watch movies by myself, which is another point. But I don't know why I've never seen it.
You would have been
all
with
of you.
us an
No,
entire
yeah.
room.
Yeah, I know, and I haven't. I don't know why I didn't do
Every
that.
single year we watch that movie. Oh, this is really
I
cool.
was never
Every
invited.
year.
You guys are assholes.
Since the first year it came out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got it. We all watched it together. Then I was like, "Oh, this is amazing." We watch it every single year. For those of you who don't know, Trick or Treat is a wonderful anthology type of film. Different sort of spooky, scary stories.
Short stories.
Short stories,
Yeah.
exactly, in one film, and you kind of notice watching the film that they actually all tie together.
Yeah, and
In a little bit.
I think also the greatest part about it too is that it touches on all of the traditional Halloween, stereotypes
Yeah.
like Little Red Riding Hood, vampires, werewolves.
Yeah.
Aliens.
Ghosts. Actually, interestingly enough, I think that's the one thing. That's one of the things that they don't touch on. Is
Yeah,
aliens.
I'm out.
Yeah,
That we
zombies.
know
I'm out.
about.
I'm out.
Those are aliens!
That's Ricky C's shit. Ricky C's shit.
Is aliens. Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. But
No,
but definitely
yeah.
check it out if you haven't. Shout out to Sam Hain. Love him.
know who that is.
You
Shout
you
out.
if you've been inside any sort of like Halloween shop lately, you've probably seen the pumpkin face mask that is Sam Hain from Trick or Treat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or even the sack. He kind of has a sack boy look.
Sackboy, actually,
Sack.
that's what we called
Yeah.
him for the longest
Yeah,
time.
we didn't know what his name was
Yeah.
until they're like, oh, it's Sam Hain.
Like the third year that we finally watched, we're like, oh, that's what it is.
That's his name. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
No, but he was just like, oh, sack boy, fucking
Sackboy,
awesome.
yeah.
All right. Well, we went off a huge tangent.
I don't even
so
know how we got
let's
to
go
Matt. What are you
Mr.
drinking?
Ratt,
What are you drinking?
What you bringing, bro?
I'm just keeping it simple. Actually, I think I've also noticed too that every single time that I've been on here, I've been drinking Miller High Life. So I'm
so
gonna
you're just
keep
keeping
it,
that tradition
yeah,
alive.
keeping it alive every time.
Thanks for
Yeah.
coming down and keeping the scene alive.
Yeah, thanks, bro.
Living that high life, dude.
Boom.
And Garrett, what the fuck are you drinking, bro?
Today
Did you concoct up?
I concocted some weird shit, to be honest. So originally I was gonna bring in this beer. Well, I did bring in a beer. It's in the fridge right now. But to pregame, I brought a bottle of white wine, and I was gonna make a wine cocktail for everyone to kind of share. No one liked it, apparently.
Yeah.
It was literally just white wine, ginger beer, and a little bit of grapefruit bitters. And I was like, I thought it was really good. These guys, not so much. Oh wait, did you give me that tonic?
I handed you something, and you said you didn't want it.
No, that's a goddamn lie. Give me the tonic.
All right.
So I made this. It's all right. It's a little bit on the tart side, and I think you guys don't really like the tartness. But it's pretty interesting. So it's a whole bottle of white wine, which is why I'm not going to a beer, at least not yet. Ginger beer, grapefruit bitters, and now I'm going to splash in some tonic, and it's going to be kind of like a spritzer. The main reason I did this was because I had this bottle of wine, and I totally forgot to put it in the fridge, so it wasn't cold. So I was like, I'm going to chill it and mix it with shit. And that'll be my drink. So
All right.
That is what I'm drinking.
Fun.
And let me try this with tonic.
Ryan is commenting on our Humpcast live as Humpcast because he's logged
Because
in.
he doesn't know how to
He's a
fucking
idiot.
switch it.
So I'm asking him, how do we sound? As
Oh,
us.
good.
So it's gonna look like we're having a big conversation with ourselves on there.
It's
Yeah.
funny because
join
I was
us.
watching that. I'm like, which one of us are doing
I'm
that?
actually in on his Facebook right now too. Like I'm looking through his profile.
Oh, weird. Okay, cool. Yeah, but it tastes a lot
know
better
what's
with
going
tonic.
on.
So there you go. Do that. That's my spritzer.
All right.
Spritz drinks.
All right. So let's actually, since you're here, for the guys that haven't actually tuned into Rat Talk, what is like your podcast and what's kind of your vibe and what's your specialty?
My podcast is really just one-on-one interviews. Like I try to, it's not just for myself. I love just to get new people in every single time to talk to them about whatever it is that they're promoting, trying to get going, or just different lifestyle choices. Also, you know, I've had a drag queen come in,
Oh, cool.
Oh, wow.
and then Scribble's actually coming back for a second episode. Scribble's a hip hop artist.
Shout
He's a really
out.
good friend of mine. Yeah, fucking awesome guy. You'll hear about him a little more later
Well,
Yeah.
I think we actually plan to have him on the show in a few weeks.
in a few weeks.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
His album's gonna drop pretty soon, right?
It's actually dropping this Friday. He's gonna be in. He's actually gonna be here in the studio tomorrow on Rat Talk.
And we're going to
And
also
yeah.
play a little song at the end of this episode.
Well,
Yeah,
spoilers.
and then,
Spoilers.
And then if you like what you hear, tune in to Rat Talk tomorrow, and we'll play even more
Oh, there
shit
we
tomorrow.
go.
Because
So if you're listening to this in the audio format and not live, check that shit out today. Because it'll be today, Wednesday.
Well, no, today
yeah.
it'd still be tomorrow because I post on
Oh, Thursday.
Thursdays.
Never mind. I mean, check it out tomorrow.
Friday.
Yes,
Friday.
check it out
Friday.
tomorrow.
Friday.
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 Well, yeah, the album
Somebody's
the album
calling me.
itself drops on Friday. So yeah, tune in. Go grab it on Friday. Go, support your local artists and
Grab
everything.
his
Go
dick.
Go get that album. It's a really good album, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna love the tracks that we're gonna play for you later on. So
Yeah.
yeah, shout out to Scribble.
Shout out.
And for those of you who may be wondering, Ryan D is currently doing something with his girlfriend. I don't know. He's being a little bitch.
He's not here today.
He's being a little bitch.
Yeah.
What up? No, he's actually commenting on the thing. He's
As us.
As us. He's pre-gaming in the car because he's about to go watch Discharge for his anniversary with his girlfriend. So happy anniversary, Ryan
Yeah.
D and Vicky.
Fuck yeah, that's awesome, dude. Heavy metal
No,
anniversaries.
Vicky G. Yeah, Vicky G. No, I was like,
Vicky
is that-
G?
I was trying to do that. I was like, is that rhyme?
Ryan
Yes.
D and Vicky G.
And Vicky G.
Yeah.
We are so happy with rhyme schemes.
Just Garrett.
I love it. I love it. All right, cool. So definitely go ahead and check out Rat Talk. Since he's been on here before and we got a full show for you guys, we're going to jump right into
shit.
stories. You want to do that?
do it.
All right, cool. Let's do that.
Welcome.
So what's up, everybody? This is Ricky C. Your Microsoft, Nintendo, and PlayStation. There's actually a really big expo going on right now for video games. It's called E3, announcing a new hardware system.
Here's Ricky Tech News. What's up, Ricky C?
Goodbye.
All right, that's gonna be my first story here. So we talked about this before in a couple past episodes about Samsung and their exploding Note 7. And it's literally only gotten worse. It has not gotten any better at all for them.
Really?
They issued. So they said. So first they if you're barely hearing about the story, Samsung had a new phone out called the Galaxy Note 7. Since then, there's been numerous reports of this phone either completely exploding or catching on fire and then being so big that it's burning down buildings and houses.
Oh my
So
god.
this is just been a complete disaster for them. And now, so what they first did is said they realized it was a problem after these about 7 instances of these exploding, and they said, okay, turn them off and bring them in, and what we're gonna do is swap them out for a newer version that hopefully doesn't explode.
A newer, less explosive.
Less explosive. It's got like a little less gunpowder in it, but not like all of it out, just a little bit. They took about half of the gunpowder out.
They realized that the amount that they put in originally was a little bit too much.
Yeah,
They probably didn't even do that. They were just like, we'll just give you a new phone of the same kind and just see if
we'll
that
see
one
like
actually explodes.
We have like too many of these. So
I'm gonna give you a I'll actually give you a Galaxy S7, and I'll put it inside of a Note 7. We're gonna see if you see the difference.
And dynamite.
And dynamite, a little bit. Of dynamite.
So the only way you'd know that it was a replaced Galaxy Note is that it had like a blue little S symbol on it, and that was sort of like the little thing that said, okay, this is a replacement.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since then, there's also been reports of even those replacements catching on fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we just used the same phones and we just painted the
exactly. Yeah, pretty much the same phone.
Completely different phone, everyone. This is gonna be completely safe, replaced. Don't worry about it.
Nope.
It's
No,
definitely won't explode in your face.
So now Samsung is just halting the Note 7 sales worldwide, and it's urging everybody who has a phone of these, whether it's been replaceable or the first generation, turn them off. Get as far away as possible.
Throw it in the toilet. Throw it straight up in the toilet.
Shit out of your house and try to get a refund.
Dude, some people have been adjusting to it, man. I saw people
To the explosion?
No,
I have no arm now.
It's all right. It's all right.
no, dude, they dropped their phones in cups of water, ice water.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Is that
Yeah.
no? Are you being
Is it also
serious?
water-
Yeah, because they're waterproof.
That's right.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, so you mean like when they start like
When they
combusting?
start heating, when they start heating up, they'll just drop it in some water. And let it go.
Oh,
Keep it
okay.
cool.
No, actually, I get that.
And the
Kind of
phones-
makes sense because it is waterproof.
Yeah.
So
But
it's
how's it still internally though? I mean, shit's still going on fire.
no,
Like,
but
how's that
no.
possible?
He's not saying when it actually combusts. What it's saying is when it gets warm.
Yeah.
You're essentially using a water cooling system because of the fact that
is
it's
ridiculous.
waterproof.
How are you going to be around a cool water source every 24 hours if you have your phone?
Well, I mean,
Well,
I'm assuming
it's only
this
when
is-
it's charging.
yeah, it's
though,
only
right?
it's only
Yeah,
when it's
Is it only when it's
heating
charging?
up,
I think it's only
overheating.
when
No,
it's
because
charging.
they're just saying like turn it off no matter what, whether it's charging or not.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's just a precaution.
Yeah,
But
But
usually it's because it's
it's
charging,
overheating.
it's plugged in.
yeah, overheating.
Okay.
So that actually makes sense because it is waterproof.
Well, that was also
Slightly.
the first thing they said too, is that like it was possibly the battery itself being faulty. But since then, supposedly that they had changed it out, gave it a newer model, and made it less fireproof.
Less fiery.
What is it? Fiery.
Yeah,
Less catchy on
It's,
fiery.
it's also either it's been the same. They didn't do shit. They just gave everybody the same fucking phone again, or they did something and then realized, okay, maybe it's not the battery, it's just the fucking phone, and there's something that we have no idea is going
They
on.
painted blue symbols on.
Yeah.
They painted blue S's.
Yeah, that's
so
what they
it's
did
not the
differently.
exact- yeah.
Exactly. That the
Yeah.
blue the blue means cool. It's
Blue
cool.
mean it's
cooling.
water cooled by yourself though. You provide the cool.
It's
water.
essentially water cooled by exactly. Drop that bitch in a glass of ice water and you're
Yeah.
good. You don't have to worry about it exploding.
I mean, or even just a cup of ice.
Yeah.
Keep it cool.
Yeah,
I know.
Just charge it in your freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's even in this article it says that there is at least 3 incidents in the last week alone about the newer models catching fire.
Jesus.
So yeah, it says in response, America's 3 largest wireless providers have suspended all sales and replacements of the phone in the last 24 hours. And on Monday, the CPSC, I'm not too sure who that is exactly.
CPS what?
CPSC, the Consumer Product Safety Commission.
CPSC coming straight out of the
So
underground.
they're the ones who
A young
who
cell
issued
phone provider.
issued the statement to Samsung
Got
to.
it bad because
All right,
yeah.
got it, bro.
Yeah,
Thank you. They're the ones who issued Samsung the pretty much telling them to stop selling it and fucking like, what are you doing? Stop what you're doing.
Stop everything. Stop it. Don't
Why
do
are you
that.
giving people fucking
Grenades.
exploding phones?
Yeah. Not helping.
So that is it for that. And my next story is the unexpected result of Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin has now landed and successfully tested its parachute deployed rocket. Yeah, I don't know. It's like a weird. So basically, what this it's kind of hard to explain.
Miss Peregrine's Blue Bayou. What?
Yes. So what this rocket is, it's actually so just like SpaceX, there's a company called Blue Origin, and it's owned by Amazon's owner Jeff Bezos. They've been kind of testing their own rockets, similarly going up against SpaceX to have basically in the space race to go see who can go into space for the less amount of money and make it affordable for the average consumer. So SpaceX is more on the sort of one-way trip. They're not necessarily planning to bring people back down with it.
Yeah.
It's about getting people like to specific
Mars.
destinations, whether it's Mars being the main one, or either a couple stops along the way. Whether it's the ISS, International Space Station, and then stopping there, other locations. And they just announced previously in a previous story of mine how they did originally plan to go to Mars, but now they're calling it like an interplanetary system because they believe that they can go even further away.
Intergalactic planetary.
Intergalactic.
Intergalactic.
So unlike SpaceX, Blue Origin is more on the sort of like fun consumer side of it. So their Blue Origin rocket, or not the Blue Origin, I believe it's called the New Shepard rocket, is basically just getting people into the atmosphere and experiencing that zero gravity sort of feeling, and then in a capsule sort of coming back down safely back to Earth. So it's sort of like a two-phase. You have the rocket that's going to take that little capsule up into space, shoot it off into the atmosphere, and then the rocket's supposed to come back down, land safely, and then as you're sort of floating, having fun, eventually going to come back down because you're not sort of like all the way out into space. You're still within the atmosphere, and you still sort of have gravity against you, so you're eventually going to be coming back down in this little capsule, and it's sort of like rocket powered, but also more like it's relies on parachutes.
Yeah.
So they were just going to test that whole mechanism out of it, just shooting up that capsule and then landing that
trying
safely.
to come out,
So the whole rocket thing, though, they were just like, yeah, fuck it. Like, if the rocket comes back down, like, we're not planning on that. Like, that's more than likely going to fail. We just want to know what's going to happen to this little capsule on top of it.
Yeah.
Turns out everything went up like completely smoothly. They nailed it first try, just like SpaceX. SpaceX had that similar story about that I brought in. So yeah, they had no intention of bringing that rocket back down. They did safely. Capsule came back down safely as well.
Like, oh, we got it. That's cool.
Like, we just fucking nailed it. Good for us.
So we got what we wanted and more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So very awesome. Awesome news for fucking space traveling, and
So
even
are
for
you
this one,
telling me that
more fun.
SpaceX wants to send people out to have space sex?
Yes, I am saying that.
Literally been saying that every time he brings up this. He's like, SpaceX. I'm like, space sex.
XXX. All right. And my next story is Google just released a new series of phones called the Pixel, and here's everything you need to know. So there's two versions of the Pixel, the Pixel and the Pixel XL. The reason why these are kind of a big deal is because this is just straight from Google. It's got their newest Android platform on it. It doesn't have sort of like the weird overlays from like the different carriers or something that kind of like put their own little spin on top of Android. Yeah. This is going to be like the purest form of Android you can get from Google. They have a couple of new different things in it called the important thing is it's called the Google Assistant. It's basically like Siri, but instead
called Google Help Me. Instead of like, hey Siri, like, hey Google Help me.
Google help me.
Yeah, it's actually you say okay Google, and that's sort of like is your hey Siri thing.
Okay,
you
Google.
You guys know you have Android. What the fuck, guys?
Yeah, I've never said okay Google. I just literally talk into my phone and it does something.
Well,
neither have I.
So imagine instead of having to hit that app, you just say okay Google, and then automatically brings up the little search and says, what do you want, bro?
I don't know. I don't like that.
Well,
I mean, it's weird. Because it's easier.
It'll be more impressive if I can say okay Google.
I said hey Siri, and it fucking brought up on my phone. So that's
and it was in your pocket?
It was in it was just sitting on
the
chair.
See, that's what I'm saying is if it's in my pocket, I say okay Google, and I bring it out, and it's already boom there.
Right.
That'll be impressive.
You know what's impressive?
It depends on
okay
how
Google, it pops out, floats in front of me.
It's just floating in front of your face.
It's like yes, master, and I'm like,
no, that's what the watches are for now, man. You're like,
exactly,
okay Google.
man.
Okay,
Yeah.
Google.
Boom. Right.
There you go.
Hide this dead body. And it's like, okay. That's some impressive shit.
Okay, so it doesn't have that. But it does have it does have like a Siri sort of like thing. They are saying that it's a little bit better because instead of using sort of Apple's own proprietary system, it's using a Google search, which is, has been around forever. It's pretty much, has the index of the entire internet on it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're saying that it is going to be a little bit more powerful than what Siri is capable of.
Yeah, fuck you, Siri.
I mean, I've been using Siri more often lately. With my
Hey, fuck you, Siri.
iPhone.
She's like, fuck you, Ratt.
Here's a new Samsung Galaxy Note 7.
You say, fuck you, Siri, and she's like, your Samsung Galaxy 7 is on its way. It just plots against you. Right. Order an Amazon phone or a phone from Amazon.
Let's see. So yeah, the Google Assistant can be activated on the handsets by saying the words "Okay Google," or by simply pressing and holding the home button. It says whether you're on your home screen or inside an app, you can ask the assistant for information or helping with tasks. things like show me photos from last October will bring up images stored on your phone, and the assistant makes it easier to find specific files, make plans around town, or operate your smart home. So that's pretty cool. So if you have a smart home, you can say like Siri, or okay Google, turn up the lights in this room, and automatically like hit the lights and fucking.
Okay,
make a little
Google,
dance.
make this shit sexy. And it just dims it and starts playing, and it plays like some Barry White or something.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I mean, you probably could fucking do that. There's
maybe.
people out there doing that shit.
Okay, Google, make this shit sexy.
Or like, okay, Google, time to party, and this shit starts going out. There's like fucking disco ball comes down. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Nice. All right, cool.
Yeah, so there's a couple other things that has, I think just like the phone from last year, which was the Nexus 6P or the 5X. Oh, there's two of them. So the 6P and the 5X were last year. Mm-hmm. Oh, this is also the first time that Google's dropping the Nexus name. So up until then, it's only been the Nexus. Now it's just nothing. It's just straight
Google.
Pixel XL. The screens are pretty good, just about the same about the iPhone 7 and the 7 Plus. But now the fingerprint sensor is on the back of the phone, making it a little bit more easier, people are saying. So it's a little bit more natural when you're holding the phone.
So instead
of have
putting your thumb on the home button, you would
have
put
your index finger
on the back?
on the back of it.
Okay.
So
I like that better.
Different but pretty cool.
I don't like that,
I
dude.
like that.
I like that. Google's better than iPhone.
And also it has the headphone jack.
Oh! I wasn't going to say anything until you said that.
Yeah.
Which I haven't had an issue with until today.
Until today. If you caught my opening tagline where I said we try it like 99 fucking times and fail, we were trying to go live more than one time today.
About 3 times.
About 3 times. I will admit the first time was my fault because I thought I could do it on my laptop, but for whatever reason, we were only receiving audio and not video, so I got to figure that out. But the next time we tried to do it with Ricky's phone, and we got it all set up, and then he goes to plug in the new equipment so that you can hear us, hear our voices, and hear our sound effects. And he's like, I don't have an audio jack.
Yeah, I was like so ready to go too. I was just like everything was typed out.
Yeah.
Like, all I had to do was hit live, and I was about to like plug in the little
Jack.
jack,
Jack,
and I was just
yep.
like, fuck.
Fuck. It
This has
ain't
not
there.
happened
Yep.
before.
And here's the thing.
What do I?
It comes with an adapter.
And I forgot it.
Have you ever used the adapter yet?
I've used it, yes, because my wife's car doesn't have Bluetooth, so I've used it. For that.
I feel like that's something. See, here's the issue that I feel like it. So yes, you have an adapter, but you don't always want to keep that adapter with you.
Right. Yeah, it's very easy, but it's, it's very small too. Like you just have to kind of get used to it. Like if you're carrying things around, like if you're already carrying like a charger, like
How
you
small
normally
is
would,
it? Like how is it?
It's tiny. Like it's only I'd say like an inch long.
Oh.
Very small.
That's way bigger than an inch. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
I
why.
don't know. I don't even. It's
like an inch long?
It's, yeah,
less,
it's, you know,
half an inch.
Okay.
It's
So-
very small.
So does it have a cord or it's just literally plug in, plug
It's
it?
just a plug, and it's one
it's
side
female
is
to
light-
male.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah, dude, fucking put it in your pocket or something.
I know. I forget.
Your
Jesus.
tiny pocket.
My tiny pack.
Yeah,
tiny
you even have a
pocket in
key
the pants.
pocket
I
in
know.
your thing.
I will.
All right,
I
all
don't.
right.
We don't normally
Next-
go live from my phone.
I know, but what?
And also, this is still new to me.
I know it's new to all of us. Don't worry, bro. It's all right. It's all right.
And yeah, so lastly, the camera is not as good as the iPhone for just various reasons. That's the last thing.
Does that
It's
say
just-
it
it's
on
just-
there, or you just had to bring that
Yeah, it
up?
says the Pixel phone camera shouldn't be as good in low light as the iPhone or the Galaxy S7 because they only have an f/2.0 lens. For comparison, the iPhone 7 has a f/1.8, and the Galaxy S7 has a f/1.7. So I'm not too sure exactly what those mean. If you talk photos and photography,
It's
and
fancy.
fancy shit, aperture.
No, it
and,
sounds fancy. It's the fancy lens.
It's fancy
fancy lev.
/1.7. It's like the
Yeah.
level out of 10, I guess, but you have to go lower. I don't know.
Boom.
And also, instead of so it's no longer have the small mini USB for the plug-in. It's now USB-C, which is brand new for phones, but not brand new in a USB world, but still very, very new. It's pretty much in its infancy as far as our normal USB goes, where it's like a little anything that you plug in, the USB-C. So it almost looks like a lightning cable, where it's either way.
Okay, so this thing it's not that is what you're
It's
saying.
not that. It's
a
called
different
USB.
port, different-
It's called USB-C.
Okay.
It's very different.
And here's where I am mentioning my indifference. I'm not just always ragging on iPhone. That's kind of weird. So they're trying something new.
They're trying something
but
new.
it looks different, and it's like,
yes.
is there a headphone jack?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
got
I mean,
the
like
bare
I said,
essentials.
so yeah, it hasn't been an issue for me until today.
I feel like eventually everything else would catch on, or they'll go back to what everything else
yeah.
already have.
And here's my thing, just so I can kind of reiterate it. I don't think that it was a bad idea to want to introduce something different for the iPhone. I think taking away something that's already universal, that's bad. Say, hey, we're gonna start doing something like this and start phasing it out. But to just take it away, then that's one thing. But
because if you phase it out, then you have the people who are going to complain no matter what and try to get it turned out. If you just say, hey, fuck it, like we're gonna like not necessarily force it, but like we're saying like we're gonna make a decision to drop it, and if we do a slow transition, that's gonna be slow.
Yeah.
If we just drop it, then we want that to it's gonna get moving a lot faster.
Also, I think it's better because these guys did it with charging, and to the credit, iPhone did it as well. They did that big thing.
It's always been different.
That was
It's
the
never
old
been-
one,
yeah,
and
exactly.
then they
The
switched to
30-pin
Lightning
connector.
I had no issue with that because it was just a charger cable.
Right.
And then for the longest time, you just had an iPhone Lightning cable or a Android cable, and that was it. Those were the two things.
Yeah.
Now Google is introducing something different, right?
Right.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily different. It's been around for a while. It's even on the new, I believe, MacBooks. It's just sort of a new USB, pretty much.
Okay, it's better. For everything.
So it's a lot faster.
Just a different port.
Yeah, it's just a different port. But anything that's going to do as far as like charging, transferring files, anything like that has to do like what a normal
doesn't
USB
explode
would
in
do.
your, yeah,
It doesn't explode. It doesn't explode.
Oh, that's a good feature.
That's a good,
I like
that's a
that
good feature. But yeah, so it's just a new proprietary for USB, which is still sort of universal, but just a lot better.
Sick.
So it's cool. It's different. And it's
I want
to
to play with these phones. I want to
much
check
like
it out.
Google and Apple. It's just going to get like this new technology moving a lot faster than it would if they're slowly transitioning it, or just not even, or, just kind of giving you a choice. I think it's better that they kind of just say, hey, this is it, and we want everybody else to move along with us.
Yeah.
And
Put my foot down.
Exactly. And that is it for my stories. So let's go into Garrett's stories.
Let's get into Garrett's.
I may have some news for you. Go ahead.
Entertainment news, everybody.
This just broke out.
That is a scientific fact, huh? I'm not gonna get to this story.
I have a question for you.
News story that'll make you guys a little bit tingly in the fans. Okay, we need to move on from that. I need to get away from that real quick.
I read somewhere that their periods attract bears.
I want to.
Hey.
In my eyesight, there are 4 in front of you. You couldn't have found one.
These don't work.
Oh, why are they here?
Because we collect them, bro.
Throw them away, bro.
That's what we
But
do.
you
now.
still had 2 others.
That's what we do.
Throw those away right
That's what
now.
we do.
All right. Or leave them there, and then we'll fuck with you later. All right, welcome to Garrett's segment. Hey. All right, so let's get into the box office for this weekend. If any of you have actually gone to the movie theaters this past weekend, you most likely have seen one of these 5 pictures. Number 1 is going to be Girl on the Train, which I talked about actually a while ago. This is pretty interesting. This is going to be
Thriller, right?
Yeah, this is the Emily Blunt movie where she basically plays someone who she takes the train daily, and then she sees this same couple almost every single day at their house because it passes by their home in their backyard or through the by their backyard. And then one day she witnesses something that is illegal, like I think some sort of murdery type thing. And then you kind of figure out as she kind of comes forth, and they go through this whole like
in a dream all along.
investigation that there's a little bit more to what is going on in that story, but it has to do with her
was never on a
whole
train.
situation.
She was never on the train.
She was never on the. It was a dream within a dream within a dream.
Yeah.
It's actually
Inception 2.
So how they marketed
Boogaloo.
Blair Witch as the Woods, it's actually Inception 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Everything's just Inception.
Ricky figured it out. Number 2, you have Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Yeah, exactly. It's a big mouthful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I didn't even say the gross.
X-Men children, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Tim Burton's X-Men.
Burton's X-Men.
The girl on the train made 45 in its debut. So that's good for them. I think the budget.
Good for them.
All right, so hold up.
Hold up.
What?
No, just kidding. I read the wrong. It made 24.5 in its debut with a budget of 45. That's what I was reading. Not bad actually for its opening. Hopefully it should make everything back. Original story, seemingly.
Perhaps.
Check that out. I had no interest because it really wasn't. the trailer and
Trains
the
are
marketing,
fun.
the marketing didn't appeal to me, and that's the
Yeah.
thing. I was like, it looks cool. I like Emily Blunt.
Yeah.
I like the premise. Doesn't seem that interesting.
Yeah.
Miss Peregrine's did look interesting. It made $51 million total actually in its 2 weeks on a budget of $110. I've not heard great things about it, but I've not heard bad things about it. It's kind of like okay. They want
saw that.
they want more they want more weird, and it's not weird enough, which is very odd from Tim
Really?
Burton.
Yeah,
From
okay.
Tim Burton.
Yeah, that's
I know.
weird.
Yeah, I was like, what?
weird.
That's weird.
That is weird that it's not weird. They said it was kind of boring, so weird. Number 3, you have Deepwater Horizon with Matt Damon.
That's right.
Also
It's
in
not Matt
second.
Damon.
No, it's not
It's
Matt Damon.
fucking, it's Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah,
The
dude,
same
it's Mark
person.
Wahlberg.
That is the
same
exact same person. Mark Wahlberg. I lied.
Mark Wahlberg.
I fell for that, and then I knew that I was wrong.
Oh my god.
Damn
the
it,
key.
bro.
Both of us did. I know.
Yeah,
Hey,
Matt Damon. That's who played. That's how much. Like I think they're one of those celebrities that look kind of enough like each other that they've gotten they've gotten confused with it.
Yeah.
But so Mark Wahlberg is in that movie. I've actually heard that's great. So I've heard that is really good. If you want something that's original and a nice movie to go check that out.
That's a nice movie, you know. It's for all the kids.
Well, it's not. I don't know about like for the kids.
I mean, you can
nice
totally
movie.
tell though that Mark Wahlberg is typecasted. You know, he's always like,
he's Matt
we
Damon.
gotta do this. We gotta
Oh,
bring it
yeah.
hard. We gotta do it. We could do it right now.
As a Bostonian.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't. I don't know. Does he play a Bostonian in this one?
I mean, he just has his normal accent that he
Yeah.
does.
I guess, but yeah. As
It's-
far as the movie goes, and even as his performance, I heard it's pretty good too.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
It's
I mean-
actually rated pretty high on Rotten Tomatoes. I think last time I checked, it was like 88% or something.
Nice.
I mean, for a movie like that, it's kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
it's weird because it's something that doesn't really like. No matter who was in this movie, it wouldn't really appeal to me in that sense because I like originality. I like something
Right.
that's good, but I don't give almost any fucks towards the movie. It's about an oil spill in the Gulf of Mexico. I'm like,
Hey man, Paul
When
Wilson
it came-
works on a
when it
on an oil
came
rig.
out
Yeah,
as
bro.
news, I didn't
Yeah.
give a fuck.
That was his life. He lived. Actually,
Oh,
it was
no,
based
he-
on Paul.
It was
It's actually based
Mark-
on
Paul-
Shout out Paul Wilson, played by Mark Wahlberg, aka Matt Damon. That's hilarious.
Honestly, that's the only reason why I'm really interested in the movie too.
Yeah,
It's
like, I don't
it's
I don't care. It's,
I know somebody that does that.
Yeah.
Just get a glimpse into his life.
I'm all for great movies, but I'm all for originality. But it's not something that appeals to me. So there you go. Number 5, you have Storks. Don't care.
What?
Storks.
It's that like an animated movie with the fucking Keegan and Peele
Oh,
and fucking
Keegan and
Frasier.
Frasier.
fucking Andy Samberg and a couple other people.
Yeah.
They're comedians. It's
That's
kind
the-
of like a Life of Pets. I think they did same people who did
No,
the
it's
Lego
not.
movie,
It's
right?
not life. It's okay. So here's how it goes. Basically, Storks is this. You've heard the
No,
story.
Storks is the whole what you tell your kids when they ask you where
Babies
come
from.
from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this is what it is. So that's what they used to do. They've now essentially become Amazon Prime, where they they switched over from delivering babies to delivering packages, and then
Oh, okay.
someone accidentally makes a baby, and they gotta deliver it, and it goes on a wild adventure.
We're gonna make the baby.
Make the baby, because that's how babies are made.
Okay.
But it is the only animated film within the top 10. Ooh.
It's like the sort of like newest
Dude, where's
kids
the
movie?
Hold on. I'm gonna go down my list and see what's actually animated. So okay, Miss Peregrine's is actually you could take your kids, but I feel like it might be a little bit scary. Storks is number 5. Sully Master Magic. There isn't an wow. Okay, the next animated movie is Sausage Party at number 16.
Take your kids to
Don't even do that.
Kids to that.
Okay, Secret Life of Pets. Boom. Secret Life of Pets.
That's still out.
Yeah,
Really?
it's in its 14th week, and that is the next highest grossing animated movie. So
Wow.
I think this is a great time for Storks to come
I
out.
thought that was like out on Blu-ray already.
It might actually
Blu-ray.
already be. It's 14th week.
That
The
seems
only
like
other
it's way too long.
Animate. Okay, Finding Dory's in its 17th week, which makes sense because it's right underneath Secret Life of Pets. Nothing else on my list is in that range. The BFG's in 15th week. Oh, geez, what is this?
None of these you can find anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. So these are in like small places that are probably playing them. Just trying to squeeze the money out of their little audience. But yeah, so there you go.
All right.
Let's go into coming out this week. Now I'm actually kind of interested because there's some stuff out here. So first, we have The Accountant featuring the Batflex.
Ben Hoofler.
That was way funnier because you had a vape coming
Smoke
out your
out
mouth.
of-
Yeah,
It's vape.
It's vape. That's what that was.
Tobacco.
All right, so if you haven't seen the trailer, you should definitely check this out. The trailer for The Accountant is Ben Affleck as the Batfleck. As he starts out as a child who is very special, very different. You can kind of tell that he can put things together and his mind is very strong, but it's not very socially acceptable. So when he grows up, he becomes Ben Affleck, who is super buff because he was working out to be Batman. And then he becomes a badass assassin accountant.
Yeah.
That's what I got from the trailers.
Accountant.
Yeah. Did you see the trailers?
Oh, yeah, I've seen the trailers.
Yeah.
Of course,
Pretty much what it is. Yeah, nailed it.
I'm going to be honest. If I go see a movie this weekend, it's probably going to be that one. The Accountant.
Dude, so what does he do? He goes to hunts. You didn't pay your taxes this year.
He
no.
fucking breaks necks and cashes checks, bro.
Yeah,
There you go.
literally.
That's his tagline.
Breaking necks and cashing checks.
No, he's okay. So he's like a savant. He's a mad savant, and he like cooks the books for like criminals and all that. And then the Treasury Department closes in on him, and then
So he takes out
he
whatever,
just
whoever.
starts killing people. Jason Bourne's everyone. His best friend is Jason Bourne. He's best friends with Matt Damon.
That was his
That is
fucking-
true. Yeah.
They went to the same dojo together.
I mean, oh fuck, dude, that would make sense though if he was just like, yeah, I'm starting to get tracked on, so I'm gonna take out everybody that I've been working for.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
just kills all the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah,
Smart as fuck. And then
Dude,
then you
and then he
I got all
knows
these
exactly
checks
where
I gotta cash, but no necks to break.
so I gotta make my own next to break.
and then you also have Anna Kendrick and J.K. Simmons in this movie, which is really cool. I love that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's like the
I'm
main
pretty
FBI
interested in
guy.
seeing. Yeah, I'm very interested in seeing that.
Yeah.
Number 2, you have Kevin Hart. What now?
What now?
What now?
What?
What now?
What
Yeah.
now? What now?
All right,
Yes.
I got it.
Comedian Kevin Hart. He's actually done, I think, 1 or 2 at least of his stand-ups in theaters. Which
Right.
I will be honest, I've gone to see and I laughed a lot. I think Kevin Hart's pretty funny on his specials. Here's another one.
I think it's kind of ridiculous that I don't know who'd pay to go see him in a huge stadium like that and
He
have
is-
nosebleed seats.
He is officially
Being a
the
tiny little person.
the first
like, literally,
person.
like, not only is he
He's-
like
no,
tiny,
yeah, he's-
but even being like
He's
that far
tinier than
away,
a regular person.
Yeah, wait, this is just be like retarded. I'm just like, what am I looking at right now?
He's got to be well lighted.
Yeah,
That's what it is.
and
He's
just
gotta-
fucking
yeah.
blown up in like 20,000 feet screens.
That's usually my thing with live events. Usually, unless I'm like really close, I'm like, what's the difference between me watching that and me watching it on TV?
Yeah, exactly. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Kevin Hart, he filled up a
good for him.
football stadium and he got
Sure he
a
made a lot
crowd
of money.
of over. Oh fuck yeah! He got a crowd of over 50,000 people at Philadelphia's outdoor venue. It's called Lincoln Financial Field, and he did a special. If you happen to find Kevin Hart funny, I think you'd enjoy this movie. I'm just saying.
If you love Kevin Hart, you will love this movie.
I'm being totally honest. I was skeptical. I will be honest. I was skeptical. My girlfriend said, "Hey, let's go check out." I think it was his first one he ever did in theaters. I'm like, "What the fuck? I'm gonna watch a comedian in theaters."
Mm-hmm.
But she paid for the tickets, and I saw it, and then I laughed a lot. And so I was like, "All right." I didn't know he was gonna do a second one, but yeah.
He's a funny dude, but you're a sucker if you're gonna go pay for
Oh,
not much.
100%.
You're a sucker. For
I do
paying
find him
for
funny,
that shit.
but I
He is
think
funny.
I think that's just ridiculous.
Make
that-
your decisions now, people. Go check it
Yeah.
out or don't. We'll see.
Yeah.
Last but not least, you have the Oscar contender, Max Steel.
I don't know what that is.
That was a joke. I think I was gonna bring it. I was gonna bring in the trailer, but I thought it was too stupid to bring in the trailer even for this show. This is, I think, Hasbro or Mattel. They have a toy line called Max Steel,
Okay.
and this is their movie.
Is it animated?
No,
Oh shit!
it's live action.
Awesome.
The trailer looked dumb, like really dumb.
Sounds dumb.
Yeah.
Max Steel.
He essentially is a Power Ranger. Like, actually, now that I think about it, the Max Steel trailer looked a lot like the Power Ranger trailer.
Just instead of all the crowd, it was just this one person.
Yeah, but one guy.
It clearly
Just
edged out, like he's talking to people, but they're not even there.
All right.
He's talking to himself.
He cuts his own hair. He starts making out with himself. No. Okay.
Plays every
So
role.
Max Steel. I'm gonna really quickly break down the trailer for you. This one teenage dude, he goes and he finds this alien robot thing that he, I guess, merges with. And
Morphs,
then
you would say?
Yeah, he
You could say
morphs.
morph.
You could say morph, and it gives him this sort of armor that is very flexible, and he becomes a sort of ranger. He starts beating people up, and he's a superhero. It's essentially it becomes the White Ranger, actually.
Yeah.
In all honesty, his suit is like white and black, so he looks kind of like the
perfect.
He's the White
Yeah,
Ranger.
there you go.
If you want to see the origin of the White Ranger,
Max Steel.
check out Max Steel.
It was Max Steel before he was a White Ranger.
Exactly. And those are the 3 wide release movies coming out this week. Now, let's go ahead and start talking about some shit that's been going on.
Let's do.
This weekend, I was very lucky. I got to go see a few different things. One of them, if you are a fan, was Sia. I went to go see Sia with my girlfriend at the
Nobody's heard
Hollywood Bowl. These guys haven't seen them, so I didn't really want to get too far into it. But she was awesome. You know, if you're a Sia fan, you should definitely check her out live. The next thing that I saw was on Monday, and that was a IMAX featurette for Doctor Strange. This is something you actually had to sign up for online. Ricky decided to give it a pass and say, nah.
What?
Yeah, because I just want to wait for the actual full movie.
Yes. And it's understandable.
Yeah,
that's
true,
totally
actually,
understandable.
yeah.
I don't think this gave away any spoilers, but I want to say that so what happened was basically you could sign up for this featurette in advance. It was going to be a screening of at least 15 minutes of the movie plus a poster, which I totally forgot to bring in. I was going to bring in so we could put it on the walls.
Fucked up, bro.
I fucked up. It's in my room. What I went in to see was in IMAX, and it was also in 3D. I saw it at the Renaissance in Alhambra with my girlfriend, my sister, and her boyfriend. And we went in there kind of not really knowing what to expect. I thought it was going to be like a straight 15 minutes. It was kind of like a 15-minute trailer, whereas they played you different kind of snippets from the movie that equaled out to
I've been
to
to something similar like that, but I forgot. I think it was a Marvel movie as well.
Oh, yeah?
I forgot which one it was, but it was like I remember them just showing like a preview of it. It was in 3D. It was at the San
Guardians
Diego
of the
Mall.
Galaxy.
I don't think it was Guardians of the Galaxy or something a while ago. It was a long time ago.
Iron Man.
It might have been
Avengers.
something like that. I think it might have been the Avengers.
Yeah, it could have been in the
Yeah,
Avengers.
might have been the Avengers.
Nice.
But they just, I knew I've been to something like that similar before. I was just like, I could have waited. I had to see that full 15 snippet of it.
All right. Well, since I am the only one that actually saw this in the group right now, I'm going to tell you right now. I saw this, and it was one of the most spectacular. And listen to my wording exactly. It was incredibly different than anything I've ever seen before, as far as like a preview or a snippet goes. Keep in mind, it's not the whole movie.
Right.
But what they showed us was, if I feel like if you had been on the fence or even you didn't know what Doctor Strange was, it was a great introduction to what it was, because they had a lot of the movie that explained what was going on. No, not just the beginning, but just the parts where you needed to understand who this character was and how he's different from, let's say, like the Captain Americas or the Iron Man. And enough visual in stimulation that it was, and also just
Physical stimulation.
and physical. I'm sorry, this was not 40X. I wasn't getting any spinal punches from different dimensions. The things that I saw were so trippy. The closest thing I could say was like if you mixed that one scene from Ant-Man where he goes, spoiler, subatomic, and he starts going through these different kind of dimensions almost,
Right.
mixed with a little bit of Inception, and then you amplified that, and then changed it to like multiply in powers. It was so trippy and entertaining, and actually
What you're gonna
and
want
actually
to do
followable.
is get a nice edible before you see this movie.
No, okay, so this is what
Smoke
it was
a
your
fat
mind.
bowl before you go in.
I was thinking that at the end, and I'm like, wait, no. The only thing with that is I would enjoy it, but I would not be able to follow it as well as I think I did, because of the fact that you see so much and it's so trippy and it's so crazy, but at the same time so logical. Whereas when I saw the original trailers for Doctor Strange and you saw kind of the folding buildings,
Yeah.
all of us probably thought Inception, right?
Yes.
Something like that. They played a good portion of the battle scene that actually took place while that scene was going, and it's functional. So it's not just like our minds are being bent and he's going like in this crazy realm where things are folding.
No, yeah.
He's like fighting, and then things are falling down, and he's getting pushed off of one plane of existence and into a different one, and then falling through
same
like
time,
and it was so trippy, but at the same time they made sure that you knew what was going on. You knew it wasn't like Transformers where just like you're smashing robots together. You know what I mean? Explosions.
Yeah.
It was like literally, it was so well put together that I'm very okay. So I was already guaranteeing that I was going to see this movie. I now want to see this as soon as I possibly can because it looks so good. Doctor Strange, the featurette that I got to see for $15, or sorry, not $15, 15 minutes, was just so good of an experience that I mean, I could not recommend checking this movie out more without I've actually seen it, but just seeing what I've seen so far, nothing makes me feel like it's going to be a bad movie whatsoever. This was a great experience, and I'm so glad that I got the chance to actually see it. There, like I said, there was no spoilers. There was nothing that I didn't already know. Seeing the trailers and any sort of lore that I already follow.
And what a lot of people don't know either is that Doctor Strange is a whole different. It's really he's the key to multiple universes to where like you know old Spider-Man and everything, like the whole alternate universe to the Civil War and everything. Like he's that person that can just jump between both places and
So it's hard because even for me, Doctor Strange was not one of the characters that I followed a lot when I was reading when I read comic books. Something I could say is like shit. I had it really well in my head and then I lost it real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and say
Find it.
Oh yeah, there's a line in the trailers that is out right now that actually explains it pretty well, and I'm gonna jump off of that. So they say that if you're familiar with the Marvel universe, that the Avengers kind of defend the world from physical threats, and Doctor Strange and his sort of group of mystics, they defend the realm from more mystical threats. And so it kind of gets you to start thinking, oh, yeah, there's not just, a big purple alien guy that can come and smash us all to bits. There's also people from different dimensions and different realms of planes of existence that could just, have everything collapse in on itself. You know what I mean? Like you
got this from the trailer.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. That's literally what I just said.
Okay, just saying like.
That's a lot of detail from the trailer.
Ricky's like,
real deep.
Don't worry, I got it. Don't worry. You don't have to tell our listeners what's going on.
I mean, just say you can check out the trailer and you pretty much get this in less crazy detail.
Well, that's the thing. Not everyone does. Okay. And so I'm just trying to help. But thanks, Ricky. You know what? Fucking, I'm done. Let's move on. Ricky's done listening to me, you guys. So hopefully,
I feel like I wasn't the only one.
Hopefully, I've explained this well enough so that you're interested a little bit more in Doctor Strange because I think this is going to be great. So I want to check that out.
I'm looking forward to it.
I've always been looking. No matter what this 15-minute preview or not, I was always going to see it opening weekend for sure.
And now
because now just with the whole Marvel universe, how it's going with the movies, like you have to watch every movie because they all
somehow
they're all going to eventually tie in together. So you want to see all this.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh, also side note, they do explain or they do give you information that kind of tells you where Doctor Strange takes place, like what time period.
Yeah, because they really go.
That
into
was
that
because that was kind of confusing because if you caught Winter Soldier, Victor Strange was one of the names that was dropped, and so for people that knew, that's Doctor Strange's name is Victor Strange. But this actually doesn't take place. This movie takes place in more than one time.
Right.
I'll put it that way.
It's multiverse.
Not multiverse, but just like it takes place over a period of time. And that kind of makes a little bit sense because in the trailer, you kind of see him go from a sort of suave Bruce Wayne sort of look to a little bit more, he has the gray in his hair and stuff like that, a little bit beard.
Right.
So I think what is going on and I thought this a little bit before, but this is kind of more confirming it, starts a little bit younger, maybe in his early 30s to maybe more towards his like late 40s. We'll see. All right, moving on. So we just got one of the most interesting and unexpected trailers, I think, recently. And this is going to be for the new Power Rangers reboot.
What?
Bruh.
Yeah. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh, good. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is something that's very, very different, very controversial.
I mean, I'm very excited, but I'm also just really skeptical about it too. I'm very skeptical, but I'm also very excited. Like we've grown up with the Power Rangers and everything. I mean,
yes.
I have the original movie recorded on my DVR right now, which I'm going to go watch after the show.
I have the original movie on VHS.
On VHS?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I actually have both. I have the Power Rangers movie and Turbo. I have both.
Damn.
I can't remember Turbo at all.
Shout out Turbo. Shout out. I'm going to sell those in like 25 years for like $1 billion.
Thanks, bro, dude. Your references are out of control. Everyone knows that.
No, but it's just such a surreal feeling. Like they're finally remaking, because the way it looks, like it is a little more serious. So you can tell that it's evolved with the times. Like it's going to appeal to more a more adult crowd.
Route.
Yeah, a more adult crowd and everything, which is us who grew up with it anyway, who always thought like, man, what if this was more realistic, more real life, and they're kind of giving that to us right now. But I'm still on the edges about it because I'm not too sure of what the storyline is. Bryan Cranston is confirmed for Zordon.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's really the only thing that's keeping me interested. There's like kind of like the weird cast that's in it.
Yeah,
Elizabeth
exactly.
Banks,
And then Goldar is confirmed to be in the film as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Rangers. It's gonna be awesome. It
Yeah,
better be the
yeah,
same
so,
fucking voice. I'm gonna be pissed. We all agreed on this before we got here.
Dude, Alpha better be a fucking robot that says "aye, aye, aye" a lot of.
He better say that.
He better say
every goddamn 5 minutes.
It's Bill Hader, so we're gonna see what he does.
That's right.
Yeah.
Oh shit, that's
Bill
right.
Hader.
Yeah.
damn it.
God, yeah.
And no John Ralphio, so it's not gonna be a BB-8 situation.
Neither is it's not gonna be Jason David Frank. That's his name, right?
The Green Ranger.
Yeah, the original Green Ranger. Apparently, he has nothing to do with the movie as well.
Yeah.
Nope.
So
even though I think he tried a lot, I think he wanted to be in the.
They're just like, no.
Let me do a cameo. You want me to do a cameo?
I'm the White Ranger.
I'm pretty sure
I'm
he is
the
gonna,
White Ranger.
I'm pretty sure he is gonna.
I don't know about this. Maybe a future
maybe.
one. I don't know about this one though.
When they go in space.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know.
When they're in the Lost Galaxy.
Yeah.
Lost Galaxy.
No, the only really thing that bothers me is their suits, their new uniforms that they got. I don't like it.
Right.
Okay.
Where it shows their faces and everything. The whole point was that you couldn't tell that it was some dude you went to high school with.
Well, they didn't do that on purpose. I think they did that because when they cut to like the sort of like fighting scenes, it was never really like the Americans, right? They kind of cut that from the original TV show that was like from like Japan.
Yeah.
So that's why they kind of interlaced it. They cut out the parts of them like talking and having like all the dramatic stuff.
Yeah.
And then overdubbed the fighting with their just the same like voice actors.
Yeah. But also, they have the suits they do cover the face, but they can just reveal when they want to talk, like Iron Man.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
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 So I don't know if you saw there are pictures and footage of them with the full mask.
Full helmet.
The full helmet.
Yeah,
full
I haven't
mask.
seen. Okay.
But it's only
okay.
gonna be on there for very little time. I'm sure they're gonna try to showcase the actor behind it as much as possible.
We'll see. I think in at least the fighting scenes, they'll just like Iron Man, they'll just close the thing.
Yeah.
They might I didn't even think about this until right now. I wonder if they're gonna do the Iron Man thing where they start talking, but it goes to a black background, and they're in their helmets.
Oh, right.
Putties and blah, 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 blah.
Oh man.
Like imagine the cameras like right there.
Yeah.
That's probably gonna happen.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah,
That's
that'll
definitely gonna happen.
I didn't even think about that
I
until
hope
right
it doesn't
now.
happen.
That's definitely
I
gonna
really
happen.
hope that doesn't happen.
Because yeah, definitely. Okay, so the trailer dropped. I watched it. It was pretty interesting.
Dude, and then it's so crazy too because not that long ago that little fan film that with
with
James Vanderbeek.
the Dawson.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's right.
like that dropped a little
that's
while
kinda what
ago.
kickstarted
And that,
this whole thing.
and it, dude, like that was amazing. Like I was just like, dude, that's so fucking trippy. Like
Right.
it's it's such a great adaptation. So the fact that they're doing this one now, it's
And that's why
it
that one
holds,
was more,
it holds
that
high
was gritty.
expectations. Yeah,
That was, the same
Exactly,
sort of dark
yeah.
tones behind it.
that one-
all the Rangers were dead. Like
Yeah,
it showed them
exactly.
be dying and everything.
Yeah, it's
so
crazy.
yeah.
That one was like a rated R. This one's definitely like PG-13,
Yeah,
but it's
it's
still
not as crazy.
going.
You
for
know what
a-
actually kind of got me a little tingly in the pants was when
tingling in the pants.
yeah, when it showed Elizabeth Banks floating above one of the Rangers.
yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
She was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I killed kids.
I've
for-
killed
yeah.
Rangers before.
Yeah, young Rangers like you before and everything. It's
That's
like,
right.
well, like is she
That's
actually
pretty
gonna?
crazy.
Yeah.
She's like, she just Freddy Krueger's this bitch.
Fucking dreams.
Jesus.
Yeah, that got me a little excited. I was like, ooh, like this kind of looks
Yeah,
pretty
that was
good.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, I'm gonna take my take on it real quick. So immediately I watched this trailer and I was like, oh, this is really cool. This is a different tone completely than the show
You haven't
was.
seen it. He's gonna explain it word by
So
word.
we're gonna go ahead. It starts out. You have a kid. He sees a truck, and then a cop car pulls up. No, I'm not gonna go step by step. Thanks, Ricky. I like being detailed. No, it gave me a really cool. I mean, you should have checked this out by now. So I'm just gonna tell you my thoughts. It gave me a really big thought, or it reminded me a lot of 2, maybe 3 different things. Now that I mentioned the Iron Man thing, you have Breakfast Club starting out where they're all in that little Saturday school detention bullshit. You have Chronicle where they go and find these alien things in this.
Chronicle of Narnia.
Have you seen Chronicle?
No.
Motherfucking Ricky. Check out Chronicle. It's really cool. That's actually, I think, one of the first films that David Hahn and Michael B. Jordan came out in. It's
Okay.
Yeah, it's
I know those are.
Do you ever get out of your little house, bro?
Yeah, bro,
Come
all the
on.
time.
All right. Well, for everyone else, check out Chronicle. It's pretty good. And then, yeah, you have, of course, the Power Rangers feel, but it was very, very different, and I really like it a lot. The trailer, it
Shit,
really...
we're not live anymore.
Why?
I don't know.
Check the phone.
Yeah.
Did your phone die?
Keep talking.
No, it shouldn't die. All right.
It was never plugged in to the charger.
Yeah.
Why did you... I handed you a thing.
Where is it at? It's dead.
Oh, my God. All right. I guess we're not live anymore, guys.
Yeah, we're not live. If you caught us for a little bit,
We fucked up.
Yeah. Ricky's like, hey, you have a charger? And I'm like, yes, here's a cord.
I don't know where it is. It's like
You burned it. You're like, oh, well, fuck this cord. I'm not gonna That's what
caught
happened.
It caught on fire. That's what
cord.
happened.
All
Fuck
right,
that
cool.
cord.
Awesome.
It was a Galaxy cord. From your
It
Samsung
was a Galaxy
cord.
X7 cord specifically. It only
Just a big fuse, actually.
Yeah.
it's like
Was that what
As soon as
that
I
sound
put it
was
into
this
the
entire
wall.
time?
it's like weird. Your cord is like flaming,
It's like
bro.
all
It's sparking
green, like a firework.
Weird. All right, let me get back to this. Yes, the Power Rangers trailer I really liked it a lot. It really brought something that I wasn't expecting to this. Still not thinking this is like going to be the most amazing movie ever, but it did bring a lot of it brought my expectations up a little bit, to be honest. Like you said, when that part with Elizabeth Banks as Rita Repulsa came, I was like, ooh. Like, this is different. Like, I don't remember even in the series where she kind of like had that face to face with one.
No, she never had. Yeah,
She was always. I'm up in the moon
on the
palace.
moon. Yeah,
I was up in the moon palace, and I'm just gonna. Yeah, she's like looking at him through a telescope, but
she's never face to face.
She's just
Yeah.
right down in there in your face. Like that reminded me a little bit of this one scene from the first Conjuring, where this witch basically is floating above this chick taking a nap.
Claps in her face.
No, dude, okay. This is the scary part. Like the chick opens her eyes and the chick's like right in front of her, like floating and right in front of her, and she starts like, well, this is probably not gonna happen. But she just vomits right into her fucking mouth.
Oh, gross.
And then she gets possessed, kind of, you know. But yeah, like that was the craziest thing. Imagine like that might be one of the scariest real type of things that you can think of, where you're asleep or at least closing your eyes, and then you open them and there's something right in front of your face.
Yeah.
You're like, I can't go anywhere. I can't do anything. I'm about to die. So that was pretty trippy, pretty scary. And yes, I cannot wait for the introduction of the Zords, Alpha 5, Zordon. None of that stuff they touched on. This is just this is the very first sort of teaser announcement trailer, and it looks pretty sick. Ricky, you saw this trailer. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, like it feels weird that it's kind of going this weird, really dark tone, but I'm also down for it. Mostly because of the cast that's tied to it. I'm just like, it's got a lot of smart people behind it, people who I enjoy seeing on screen. So I'm definitely gonna be there on opening weekend.
Nice, it's an opening week. Okay, so let me ask you guys this then. We have our normal sort of rating system for movies that have not come out yet. Are you going to go check this out opening weekend? Are you going to check this out at some point in the theaters or wait for it?
100% opening weekend. Because,
opening weekend?
Yeah,
Ricky, opening?
Yep.
Opening weekend. And that is something I honestly was not expecting to say. With Power Rangers, I was like, oh, that's weird.
No
I might have checked it out in the theaters, but...
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's only because of the mere fact that it's based off of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Like, that's...
Right.
You know, that's the childhood.
Yeah,
that's the nostalgic
original.
and everything. You know, that's what you... It's what kind of made you the man you are today, was that...
Yeah.
Humpcast.
Yeah.
They made Humpcast. We're directly based off of Power Rangers.
Ricky's our Zordon, bro.
Yeah.
Beep, 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 pew. All right. What time? Where are we at right now?
We are at 106.
106. All right. I got one more story, and it's kind of going to be a brief one because I don't know if you guys have heard of this. The Emoji Movie dropped a quick. Do you guys know that this was coming out?
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I knew it was
Looks
coming
dumb.
out, but
That sounds dumb.
I forgot. Now you reminded me. And
Yep, that's a thing. It's still a thing. And they just...
Yeah. Actually,
You got a clip?
funnily enough, they actually sent me an exclusive clip. So I can play that for everybody right now.
What? Oh, there it is.
That's the origin of the poop emoji.
yeah.
He's a chocolate ice cream emoji.
Oh, it's chocolate ice cream. That's what they're calling it?
No, I have no
No.
idea.
Oh, okay.
It's the shit emoji.
It's the
That's
shit
it.
emoji.
That was his origin right there. You heard
Yeah.
it. Straight exclusively from Humpcast.
All right. It is called
Exclusive sneak peek.
Emoji Movie. Express Yourself. Their main character is a smiley face emoji. They have apparently a hacker emoji, a high five emoji, and in the poster there is presumably the shit emoji.
Which we all heard.
Which we all just
Exclusive
heard
clip.
exclusively. The only thing that is actually what I think a positive, I guess in their column, is one of the voices confirmed is going to be T.J. Miller from Deadpool and Big Hero 6 fame.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I can see that.
He's also in Yogi
yeah.
Bear 3D, so I mean.
Oh, fair enough. That is fair enough.
He's sold out his soul already enough times
Yeah.
that it's no surprise.
Exactly.
There is a small poster, which I guess you guys haven't. I'm gonna turn this around so you can kind of check it out.
Yeah,
There hasn't been a trailer yet.
That looks like T.J. Miller, as a matter of fact.
And there's a tiny synopsis where it's essentially
Is he the
Oh,
high
man,
five or the
dude.
happy face?
That would be so cool if the shit emoji was like the bad guy.
he looked like a straight up stoner in this
Yeah.
poster. I don't know. His
Oh,
eyes are
man.
like,
Or what if he is a stoner? That would be even better.
dude, he's just a steaming pile of shit. That'd be funny. All right, let me read the thing. Emoji Movie, Express Yourself, unlocks the never-before-seen secret world inside your smartphone. Hidden within the message app, or the messaging app, is Textopolis, a bustling city where all your favorite emojis live, hoping to be selected by the phone's user. In this world, each emoji has only one facial expression, except for Gene, aka TJ Miller, an exuberant emoji who was born without a filter and is bursting with multiple expressions, determined to become normal like the other emojis. Gene enlists
And he's
the
gonna
help.
meet somebody else
Yeah.
who's just like him, who's a girl.
Gene enlists the
Fall
help
in love.
of his handy best friend High Five, aka James Corden,
my
the hand emoji,
God.
and the notorious codebreaker emoji, Jailbreak, played by Ilana Glazer.
This is
Together,
essentially-
Oh shit, that's another actress from God damn it, can't think of the name right now. It's on
Think about it. I'm
Comedy
gonna keep going.
Central.
I'm gonna go
I'm
on.
gonna keep thinking about it.
They embark on an
Broad
epic.
Broad City.
Broad City.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is. Together, they embark on an epic app. Oh my god. App venture.
Does it really say app venture?
Yup.
App venture.
It's in
Oh
quotations.
my God.
App venture.
App God.
Adventure.
Through the apps on the phone. Each its own wild and fun world. To find the code.
And then it just says that for the rest of the rest of it.
It says to find the code that will fix Gene, but when a greater danger threatens the
We got it, bro.
phone,
We got it.
the fate of all
We got it.
emojis
Yeah,
depends
we
on
got
the
it.
blah
We
blah
got
blah
it.
blah blah.
So
So
shit,
this sounds
shit,
like the worst
shit,
shitty rip-off of both the Lego movie and Wreck-It Ralph
yeah.
that I could possibly think of.
Yeah. I agree.
Shit's going turbo, yo.
Yeah, dude. Just reading that was horrible.
Yeah, it didn't sound good at
This
all.
poster is horrible.
Mhm.
TJ Miller might make it slightly funny. I don't know.
No.
But no, honestly, when I started reading this, it literally started saying that the one emoji makes multiple faces. It reminded me 100%.
So he's the
100%
first
of-
emoji.
yeah.
He's the first emoji to look at your dick pic and go, "Nah, fuck this, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out of here."
Yeah.
Nope.
So
He-
anybody that sends nudes, go watch that movie. You'll learn a lesson.
boom.
Yep.
And yeah, it just seems like it's taking the main character from the Lego movie and it's just like, oh, you're different.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You're different. You got to find out a way how to be not different.
You can create anything.
Mhm.
You could be anything you want. Look at you.
It's exactly like that. All right.
All right, that is my last story. Unfortunately, we have that to look forward to. Keep your ear to the ground because I'm going to talk more about the Emoji Movie when more shit drops or more chocolate-covered ice cream drops. Let's go on to Matt's segment, actually.
We don't have a song.
I know we don't
Just play Ryan's.
Yeah. All right.
Matt,
I don't get to use that button that much, so I'm just gonna use it for that.
You know,
That was actually not a bad thing. There you go.
I'll just hit up Scribble and be like, "Yo, I need you to make a sound bite that I can
There we
have on
go.
Humpcast."
Yeah, I'll just have it on
That's
deck.
what you need.
Well, since I'm just a replacement for Ryan and everything, I thought.
You're not just a replacement, bro.
You're
Yeah.
more.
You're more
You
than-
can be whatever you want. You can build whatever you want.
Exactly.
You can be whatever facial expression that you want, bro.
I'm sorry, my name is not TJ Miller.
It's Ratt.
It's right. And well, just something that I thought that was funny when I was browsing the internet. Kim Kardashian was robbed. That's hilarious.
That's hilarious. Just found that. That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I'm happy about that. But what's even greater about it is that as a result of this incident, there's actually a Halloween costume that was created. Called it was Kim Kardashian tied up and gagged with shades and and a bathrobe. And well, I mean, everybody knows right now that she got robbed. That it was some
Yeah, we
10
talked
million.
about this in the last episode, right?
$10 million, whatever,
And
blah blah
jewelry. She was bound and gagged in her restroom.
blah. And people are so offended by this costume that they this website that this guy created, he that created the costume, He had it on sale for a while, and people actually demanded that it got brought off.
Really?
And so
That it got burned.
Yeah, the
just wanted to
administrators for the
burn
website took it down and told him that he couldn't sell it anymore.
Oh wow.
It's like you actually have to take all those costumes, put them in a pile, and throw a charging Samsung Galaxy S7 on top of it.
Yep.
Yeah, and people were saying that it was like they were just calling it like totally obscene words and everything. It was on my part, in my opinion, it was a little overreacting. Like, okay, Kim Kardashian got robbed and everything. Like, people get robbed every day. That's not cool. But is it really that bad that it was her? I
mean, I haven't seen this costume, so I don't know how graphic it is.
Well, turn around.
It's like overly
it's
insane.
not really that insane, you know. Like,
It's not. I can't really see it.
honestly, you look like a fucking rich person getting robbed.
Okay.
You
All
got
right.
you got these nice
She has sunglasses
shades
on
on,
for some
and yeah,
reason. And she's bound and gagged.
bound and gagged.
All right.
But I mean, it can go with, you know, if somebody's a robber, be like, oh, I'll be your victim. You know, it's not.
Boom.
But the fact that it was called Kim Kardashian, everybody's freaking the fuck out about it and saying that it's offensive and obscene and that nobody should be wearing this costume or anything. So the guy had to take it off and everything. And
Okay.
I don't know. I hate her. I hate her.
Right. I mean, I don't like her either. I mean, to be honest, when the story first broke, as someone who's not a fan of her at all, and I don't like her one bit.
Yeah.
I did sort of not necessarily think that it was staged because I kind of like for like 1 second thought like that's almost too ridiculous to have that be staged and have it be like a big story like it is.
And you know the costume came out after that had broke was
Exactly.
that she could have actually staged the robbery and everything.
So like, you know, so when the story first broke, I was kind of like, damn, like if that story's real, like hearing like having to go through that as like a victim is pretty fucking intense, like no matter who you are.
Yeah.
But then, you know, things obviously started coming out that is possibly fake, which, you know, I guess in this world doesn't surprise me.
And Kim is actually right now suing the website that first published that she had faked the.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's suing them for.
So we still don't know for sure
Something.
whether it was not faked. There's no like
she's
fact.
She's
No.
yeah.
Until we get like an investigation and like proof.
Which is now obviously going to happen because she's paying for it. You know, she's suing.
Right.
Yeah. So that it's going to come out.
I mean, I hope it
soon,
wasn't.
yeah.
You know, to be honest, I mean, if it wasn't, it is pretty crazy. I think like for anybody to go through like being bound and gagged in your own restroom and having a bunch of fucking crazy dudes around you.
Yeah.
It's something that's going to be crazy for anybody.
I mean, who knows? They're probably not even crazy dudes. They're just people that she hired and we're like, yeah, we can be crazy for you.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and it could very well be that too as well. But I'm just saying, if it turns out to be not fake, then I can kind of understand what's going on. But it's just so hard to be like on one side or not when you don't know the facts.
Mean, yeah. I don't know. She hasn't done anything like this before in her time of being
like it just seems
relevant.
like so over the top to be like something that's faked. But then, you know, thinking about it, I'm just like, you know, like anything's fucking possible with this person also.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what to believe.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate her. She sucks. I'm glad that she got robbed, whether it was fake or not, because they're also saying that it was an insurance claim. You know, like fraud. You know,
it's like
insurance
insurance
they're
fraud.
gonna have it.
Yeah, insurance fraud. And
I
all
did
that
hear
bullshit.
Kanye was in debt for quite a while, or
Yeah.
quite a bit.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
1 billion
Still-
or something
still
crazy.
is,
1 million,
actually.
1 million,
Yeah.
something weird.
Yeah, he still is.
Yeah.
But
I
on
don't know
a
about that after the insurance claim. We'll find out.
Well, they're gonna do investigation. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
Yeah, well, I can't. I for one can't wait until they get to the bottom of this. So we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
If she got
Keep you
robbed and
posted.
it was real, it's unfortunate and it sucks. If it was not real and that was staged,
Fuck you.
it'll be
That's
even more-
predictable
yeah,
and shitty.
fuck, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
But
that.
whatever. I honestly don't care one way or another. Like I don't hate her, but I don't like her. I don't care. She literally has done nothing in my life to make me think, oh, you're a good person or you're a bad person. Like she's someone who is rich
She's
and
a
got
porn
famous.
star, dude. She's a porn
Yeah,
star.
exactly. Which like most porn stars, I Yeah, okay, whatever. You're
She's
you're
the world's
rich
most
and whatever.
famous porn star.
Like,
Yeah,
I don't
that's
care.
what she
She hasn't gone on and been vocally against anything that I truly believe in, and she hasn't gone on and really been some sort of light that you want to follow. She's just there, and I'm like, I don't care about you as a person. You are a person, so you get at least that much whatever from me. So cool for you. But I don't care either way, and that's what I want to say about this is like if that's why if this actually happened and she got robbed and she was tied and bound and held at gunpoint, that's shitty. I've known people who personally have gotten robbed at gunpoint, and that's it's shitty.
It's dramatic.
It is, but
It's life-changing.
If it was an insurance claim, like a lot of people expect that. Like I honestly, the first thing I heard was thought about was that it was staged.
That was bullshit,
to be honest. If it was that, then you're a shitty person and you start going towards the negative side. For me personally,
Yeah.
So as far as it goes with this costume, I think it's funny. It's satire. No one.
I thought it was funny. I was like, "Oh, dude, that's awesome." And then I was reading the comics and comments and everything, and everybody was super like defensive for her.
Yeah, I was like, "Where the fuck are these people coming from?"
Like,
Yeah.
Are these Justin Bieber's fans on loan, or what the fuck is going on? Like, it's funny.
I mean, no matter you go to any party, there's always gonna be some kind of like lewd.
Yeah,
anybody dressed like something lewd, you're just like, oh,
you
shit.
know, 100%. There's at least a few parties out there where someone's making this costume handmade or whatever.
Yeah,
all it is
realizing that this
exactly
it was for sale. They probably
it's a robe.
yeah,
A robe and-
sunglasses with rope and a
Exactly,
gag.
Yeah.
It is not hard to make,
Yeah,
and
not hard at all.
I will guarantee you that's going on somewhere in the world.
Yeah.
This
If you go to a party,
Yeah,
there's a
definitely.
50-50 chance you're gonna see someone dressed like this.
yeah,
that they just made themselves.
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly. So
I'm excited for this one though. This story. What's going on? Next?
yeah, this next story, the end on a lighter side and a more of a greater side. System of a Down returns. They're coming back, doing another tour in 2017. They're doing a summer tour, but in Europe.
Oh,
That.
so not here.
Yeah. So far, no news about
Smash!
them coming back to California or the U.S. No North American tour announced.
God! No! God, please, no! No! No!
You didn't tell me
But
this.
you know
Matt.
what? I mean, the thing is, though, is that when System of a Down does do this, they either do come back to America and do a tour then, because the same thing happened a couple years back in 2014. They did a tour all over Europe, and they actually performed in Armenia and everything, their home country.
Oh, okay.
And then the next year they did a tour. They did a whole celebration of the Armenian genocide and everything. They toured for that occasion.
Yeah.
And so they're doing this, and actually not that there's a talk of another tour in North America, but what there's actually talk of is another System of a Down album.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, so far right now it's just rumors. Shavo, the bassist, I think that's his name, Shavo.
Oh
Yeah,
something.
Shavo. I can't say his last name, but
That's okay.
in the
Try.
last in the last interview that he was in, he mentioned that they still jam out. Like they're still a band and everything. They still hang out and write music, together. Serge Tankian, he's a machine. He said that he has a whole bunch of songs that he's written out and everything. And
Nice.
and Darren, he still does Scars on Broadway and everything. So they're still active in the music community.
Right.
But as System of a Down, there is talk of them releasing at least a couple singles or potentially writing a new album.
Nice.
So
That sounds awesome.
yeah.
Hell yes.
So if they're still true to how they've been I don't know the word I'm looking, but they've still been active in the
Right.
music, in the community and everything.
It's very
System
easy
of a
for them
Down,
just
yeah.
to kind of come back, blend it together, and start doing some cool shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Because like I said, they had Hypnotize, which was released in 2005.
Yeah.
They went on a hiatus for so many years. Then they came back with this reunion tour, did another tour in Europe, came back again, And then now they're doing another tour in Europe and even talking about a new album. So this I feel like that's going to be the next step, is that they're going to put out another album. System's back, baby, and I fucking can't wait for that.
Yeah. Hell yes, dude. Cannot wait for that. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah. I'm fucking excited. I love System of a Down. I've seen them once. I know you guys probably you guys seen them already.
Well, I've seen them once.
You've seen them once too. Yeah,
I haven't seen them. No.
Dude, they're amazing.
they're
amazing.
awesome.
I can't.
Yeah, that was great.
I'm so fucking jazzed for this, dude. I got tingles in my bones and everything.
Yeah, I definitely
love
pay
it.
any amount of money to go see them again.
Oh yeah, totally. I mean, fucking $200 for floor seats at the
damn.
Forum last year. So
Really?
Jesus.
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I don't know if I pay that much, but maybe for a seat somewhere.
Yeah. so if anybody knows, Not Fest 2017, System of a Down's gonna be there. No, I'm just kidding.
You heard it here. You heard it here first,
yeah.
Bo. Jesus. That'd be
No,
great.
but yeah, I'm really excited for them for their return and
Yeah,
everything.
hell
Just the fact that they're still doing shit, it makes me really happy.
Yep. Awesome.
But those are the only two stories that I got for you guys.
All right.
Yeah.
Boom.
That
That was
is
a good
it.
job.
Quick fill for Ryan D. I mean, I wasn't
job.
I think it was
totally
it was
him,
a good one.
but
Way
Nailed
gooder.
it,
You know why you're here. I like
You
it.
nailed it. Exactly. You nailed it, bro.
yeah,
You
fill-
showed
filled
up.
in the
You nailed
time.
it.
All right. Thank you so much for listening. I want to thank our guest, Ratt from Ratt Talk. Where can people find you, and how do they listen to Ratt Talk?
You can listen to Rat Talk on SoundCloud and iTunes. You can follow Rat Talk on Twitter at Rat Talk, Instagram Rat_Talk, and Facebook Rat Talk. Just follow me. Listen on SoundCloud. Listen on iTunes. Next week I'm gonna have script. Well, actually this week. So tomorrow on Thursday, you can listen to my episode, and I'll have the great Scribble come in and talk about his new album. Which I believe we are gonna play one of his.
Yes,
tracks.
we are.
Yeah. Which one did you want to do?
We'll do the little
we'll
plus.
talk about
and
that
then
later, bro.
I'll introduce the
All
song.
right. Yeah, right on.
All right, cool. And I want to thank you so much for listening. Please go ahead and subscribe however you are. If you are listening on Rip Radio, check us out on iTunes or on SoundCloud. If you want to go ahead and check out our crazy and daily happenings, or check us out on live, which is our new thing, check us on Facebook.com/Humpcast. Like and follow us so that you get the updates as soon as possible. Go ahead and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Humpcast, and follow me personally, Garrett_AM Lee at Twitter and Instagram. And if you want to follow my daily happenings, I do some shit. Check me out on Snapchat at Mitch_Striker.
And we will get our live Facebook feed shit together. We promise.
We promise.
It's still new to us,
yeah.
but we're getting it together slowly, and we will.
If you want us to get it together faster, go ahead and donate at patreon.com/Humpcast. We appreciate
anything
that.
helps. You can follow me at twitter.com/RickyC. My Instagram is RickyC90. And as you heard as a little spoiler from before, I am going to end this show on a song from Scribble's new album called Drug Spun Funk. I'm going to play the song Sick World. Check it out, and then check out Rat Talk, where he will be on the show, as well as ours sometime soon.
Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, we coming, keep the motor running. I'm flowing like a motherfucking beast, beats pumping. Got the G's, necks nodding, freaks, heads bobbing. Scribble, conquer planets, get stoned and keep rocking. These clones, they keep knocking, hopping on my ball bag. Kiddies better fall back, before you meet my ball bag. Let's be adults about it, let's do this properly. I fucked your bitch, gave her the itch, now she's my property. On top of that, I ain't got no time to deal with cunts, and that includes rappers like you, so duck and run. Just a sick fuck living in a sick world. Tired of these dim sluts scheming for a quick buck. Roll you in that carpet, hang you out to dry. No matter where your heart is, your head is on my shrine. King Kong coming, it's best you get to running, cause I'm dumping half this motherfucking punk. angels on my shoulder, but they fucking with me constantly and telling me it's over. This is where my nightmares take me every time I'm loaded. Then I know this to be true, so that's when I became a soldier. Roll you in that carpet, hang you out to dry. No matter where your heart is, your head is on my shrine. Run, rabbit, run, you better run for the hills, bitch. This is mass murder, blast burners, this is kill shit. Blast the cat back, put it in your grill shit. Advanced MC, above average skill shit. Psycho head, Satanized seraphim. Might go sicker if this liquor is my medicine. I'm a twister running through your fucking trailer park. I descend toward the end when the days are dark. Angelic demon from the depths of depravity. Spirit rise so high, I float above gravity. Raised to fail, conquered all and set the sails. Now I'm headed straight to hell with a razor blade, them bodies smell. Roll you in